Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Let me get some thumbs up if y'all can hear me okay. Let me get some thumbs up. I made sure I started the broadcast tonight. Am I going to get some thumbs up? Hello, hello. Anybody? Okay, I see Lori. Okay, Lori's giving me some thumbs up. Connie Balmer. Connie Balmer. All right. Thank you so much. I hope everybody's doing well. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. As you may have seen, the president was going, actually not going, but went to visit the people that were in the path of the tornadoes. So bravo to him for that. He didn't throw any paper towels at anybody, right? Did you notice that? He didn't throw paper towels. So since he's not throwing paper towels, I hope ain't nobody throwing shade on him. Hey, Susie Q, you're doing well. Hello, Lydia, Lucy Wynn, Rosalind Idris, Church Nellie with her magic elixir, and Dahlia McDonald, Bent, I think I got that right, and Gina Suji, Alita Portas, Carol Lund, Joyce Bolt, Elizabeth Daniels, Oro that's right. That's what it is. Restrepo. Yeah. And easy for you to say, right? Beverly Jackson, Valerie. Anyway, welcome to the live chat. I was feeling just a little bit under the weather, but don't worry. I think it's just being caught in the damp. I don't think it's that. So please do not worry. And whatever it is, it hasn't affected my taste or my appetite. But I guess it's as they say, you know how older people say, it's that change of season. So I got my microphone set up a little different and I plugged into the internet box. So I'm hoping that things stream better like this. So I'm just trying a different setup for the quality of the live chat. But anyway, that's enough of all that Who Shot John. Uh, again, I'm showing my age, right? Who Shot John? Who Shot John? That means when you take the longest way to tell a story that really shouldn't be that long. So anyway, so I don't know why it happened or but again, they're starting up with this. This is something that's streaming. Please make sure you go watch Henry VIII because Henry VIII is talking about this too. And you know what it is? Her let me see, Kate at 40, how her life is changing. She is starting over yet again. If I had $1 for every time Kate started a new life, when Kate finds her voice, thank you, Gina Suchi, thank you so much. Thank you. I love that. I barely gotten started. Hey, Sherry Ware, Anastasia Isabella, welcome to the chat. But yeah, apparently, I didn't know that there was a term for this, but it's called, you know what? I forgot what the term is. But it's something to do with when Kate starts over. Do you all know what the term is? Please throw it in the chat. It slipped my mind. I should have wrote it down just that fast. But anyway, I got it from, yes, Lori, 2 decades of starting her royal career. Keening, that's right. Thank you, Walking Dead Junkie. Keening, it's like when you're keen to do something. So they say every year at this time, and mind you, I give all the credit to Henry VIII for starting this conversation for me. I knew that it was something, but I didn't know there was a name for it. But it's called keening, when you're really keen to do something, and maybe that explains, the fact that she always looks so petrified, like this. That's because she's so keen. She's so gung ho. There's another one of those old folks phrases. But yeah, she's so keen to do something and so able bodied and willing to jump in. So everything about that face says she's willing to jump into the deep end. But yeah, so yeah, they're starting that conversation again. You know, um, again, I don't take credit for stuff that I didn't originate myself. I'll take credit for Afro Annie. I'll take credit for a few things, but this idea that Kate is starting over, the first time I heard that from Tina and Michelle. They said that it's as though she's actually, it's an insult to her when they're saying Kate has found her voice. Kate is Kate is coming into her own. Kate has changed flavors more often than Coca-Cola. I mean, she just every time you turn around, there's a new and improved Kate, which looks way too much like the old Kate. You know, that Kate, that Kate, whether she's grinning like this or whether she's grinning like that, it's still the same old Kate. But let's give some cheers to Lewis Hamilton. Did you guys notice what Lewis Hamilton's mother took to the knighthood today? Is he a knight? I know he's Sir Lewis Hamilton. Sir Lewis Hamilton. So he invited his mother, and guys, I knew Lewis Hamilton is very politically active. You all know that, right? So, and he's very much into Black Lives Matter, the equal rights movement and such. He's like very much, yes, Shay Dog, that grin, okay, yeah, let me get that off the screen. But anyway, take a look at this. Did you guys notice what Lewis Hamilton's mother is carrying there? Did you see that bag? That's the Dior bag. It's as though the Duchess of Sussex and Princess Diana was there for the knighthood. Yes, he bought his mom a Dior bag. Now that's a good son, isn't it? And yeah, so that was something that was trending on Twitter today. Unfortunately, I neglected to download the photo with the Duchess of Sussex and Princess Diana carrying that bag, but that is a bag that has been made famous by Princess Diana, and then to reignite the excitement about the bag, none other than the Duchess of Sussex caused the bag to sell out yet again. Yet again, the bag was in high demand because of our Duchess. So I thought that was a lovely touch. I'm sure they weren't trying to be political or anything like that, but I was glad to see it. Let me see, who else do we have here? Guys, because I was feeling a little iffy with the weather, I didn't do the what do you call it, the editing that I wanted to do today. But I hope you guys liked the edit I had yesterday. That was a lot of fun to make. And really, you guys, as much as I love doing the live chats, the editing is actually my favorite thing to do. Especially, I'm holding out on you guys with with Afro Annie, but I promise you, Afro Annie is going to make a return very soon. And let's all give honor to our Queen Doria. This is like, I don't know, this is becoming like my favorite picture of Doria. I like the one at the wedding, but I love this one too. This is like slowly but surely becoming my favorite image of our Queen Doria. I could only imagine what Christmas is like at the I know Lydia Afro Annie. She okay. Back to a little more of the messy. So when I was looking at the images of the Christmas Carol, of course I didn't watch the that Carol Middleton Christmas Carol. You know where the Middleton family were on full display. Thank you, Church Nellie. Exactly, Queen Doria. So if you notice, not only because of the absence of the Queen, the Queen is taking some time off. She's letting the other generation, get in there and do their thing. So she's taking a little time away from duty, and she'll be back eventually. Um, I noticed that they kind of let their hair down. I mean, that's Westminster Abbey, right? And if you're a royal, why would you come in there looking like you have on some coat from a resale shop? You know what I mean? You just cannot trust. As soon as the queen looks away, as soon as the queen looks away, she goes and get that old coat out. You know who that is, right? That's Ford Fiesta. Ford Fiesta went and got that old coat out, shook all the dust out that coat. And did you notice something else? She decided since the queen ain't gonna be there, I'm wearing pants. I'm gonna wear some pants. And as usual, the fit is awful. And not only is she wearing pants, but you know how back in the 70s they used to say that this will last for what was it, 18 hours? Wasn't that I don't want to say what that was, but they said that it would give you 18 hours. And in those 18 hours, yes, Tesla and Dawkins, they do look like she wore her pajamas. In those 18 hours, what did they promise that device would do? They promised that it would lift and separate. It would lift and separate for 18 hours. Well, this must have been hour 19 because I tell you, it's like a couple of empty billfolds on the side of the road. That's what I'm looking at. But that's all it took was for the queen to take the night off. And she decided, okay, I'm going to get those pants. It's something about her. She always wants to try to make something work. She has these pieces of fashion that no matter what it is, she always has something that she's trying to make work. So, yes, Lori, lift and separate. See what happens at hour 19. I won't even say what it is. If y'all don't know, you don't know. But 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 that looks like hour number 19, 20, 21. But she's a repeat offender. She is a repeat offender because there's been some other fashion faux pas that she's. I know, Dina, so sloppy, just dowdy. I don't know, just. I mean, who shows up at Westminster Abbey, a member of the royal family, looking like this? I mean, that looks like something Dorothy Spornak would have worn on Golden Girls back in the 80s. But one of the most offensive moments was this one. Remember that? Where she decided that she was going to make people accept that blue jumpsuit. She's going, you all are going to accept my blue jumpsuit. I don't care what y'all say. I look good. I don't care what anybody say. I'm gonna wear my jumpsuit. You watch and see. And then just to make sure nobody gets out of pocket, you see she got her fist balled up because she know people talking about her. But she just wore that jumpsuit like she was causing it. So yeah, she just went strutting on through. I think that's Royal Ascot. I don't. I just there was other ways that she could have done that, but she chose that one, and everybody just has to live with it. But in a way, it kind of reminds me of Skipper on Gilligan's Island. You know how when Skipper turned sideways, Skipper had a certain look about him. So that's what I'm getting right there is a little Skipper. But so the queen takes the night off. She doesn't go to the Christmas Carol thing. See, I'm telling you guys, I don't think there's anything wrong with the queen. The queen knows when something is going to be a disaster, and she just doesn't show up. And she knew that that whole thing with, the Christmas Carol thing was going to be like some big flop, just like when they had the thing with the environment up in Scotland. So she didn't go. And what happened? Well, anyway, I think she was channeling her inner crackerjack man. I think that's what happened. She was channeling her inner crackerjack. The only thing is, there is no prize. I think for the people who, oh, thank you so much, Helutka Kizia. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think for anybody who survives looking at that, if you don't turn into a pillar of salt, that's your prize. So I am so sorry to start off your Wednesday night a little messy, but and I think I'm only going to stay on for like an hour tonight because because I really wanted to do an edit tonight, but I think an hour should be good. But for those of you who have made contributions, thank you so much. So what I'm going to do, I I'm going to add something to the community tab, and if you all have donated and you don't want me, if you want to be anonymous, should I say, because I'm going to do my list for Christmas, my thank you list of people that have donated to the channel. And of course, the honorable mentions for the mod squad. And of course, hopefully, my shifting brain cells will remember the people with the memberships. So that's what I'm going to do. But if you would rather remain anonymous, please let me know. Um, I have nothing to say about Lord Nappyhead today, except for I just love saying Lord Nappyhead because he's nappy. I demand some DNA test on this one. That's my demand. I want to know what's going on with this guy. He's the one that, if you guys don't know, that's the guy that I believe he's. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, I forgot I can do this. Oh, let me see. I need to highlight you guys. I almost forgot to do that. See, I put all of my energy into making sure I started the podcast. Because if you guys remember, you all managed to get along for 9 minutes without me last time. What was it, Sunday? You guys got along with me. I got along without me for 9 minutes. It's as though I really didn't have to show up. So thank you again, Halutka. And I need to go back a little bit further, a little bit further. Uh-oh, I'm scrolling. Let me see. I got Halutka. I got Sunshine. Oh, where are we? Oh, Cookies and Cream. Thank you so much. And I know I'm missing someone. Thank you, Cookies and Cream. Thank you for your constant support. And again, not just here, but also in the comments. which I am so terribly behind in the comments. But I hope that I can spend some time getting to those because I try to answer as many as possible. Oh, somebody else donated and I missed it. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure I highlighted you guys for your generosity. Um, okay, walk and chew gum, walk and chew gum. There was something else I wanted to talk about. There we go. Oh, again, I don't know why, but Megan's wedding dress is trending again. And you know what, guys? There were some people who and I'm not going to out anybody, but it's a few people that have mentioned over time that they weren't too keen on Meghan's wedding dress. But you know what? The Duchess of Sussex was not trying to be flashy. As you know, the Duchess of Sussex loves to sport a messy bun, right? And so, in the spirit of that, on the wedding day, there were people who criticized her because just a little bit of her hair kind of went astray on her wedding day. And, people were like, oh, that shouldn't have happened. But that's just how Meghan rolls. That's just how she rolls. She's not overtly flashy. And that's what people need to understand about her is that she's not overtly flashy. And she wanted a gown for her wedding that every bride can have. So no matter, of course, hers was super expensive, but you could source just about any type of fabric. And if you know how to put it together, or if somebody knows how to put it together, then they could have that look and it won't be so terribly expensive. Now, of course, it won't be as well crafted, but it won't be terribly expensive. So I thought it was a very sensible choice. I thought she looked gorgeous. And that's our Meghan. So apparently, for 2021, her wedding gown is trending again for the most popular look for a wedding, the most popular wedding gown. So let me see if I can get a picture of it up here. There we go, from Givenchy. And I'll find another picture for everyone to adore. But yeah, so that was the look. And some people thought that mm, it wasn't enough. But I look at it like this. She put all of the details in the veil, including Barbados, which is no longer part of the Commonwealth because they stripped the UK of the Commonwealth. Well, actually, let me stop being dramatic. Anyway, they're no longer part of the Commonwealth. So that is, one that's in the veil that is represented, but at the time she wanted to pay respect to the Commonwealth, and I thought that was really nice that she wanted to make everything about the Commonwealth and not so much about herself or about the gown. She was trying to give the attention to other people, and I think that's a lovely thought. So I'm going to read a few comments here. People are paying for that bun. Yes, they are. They're going to the stylist and asking people for that look. The other thing that has that they have that trended that was trending after the wedding was her makeup, which was very minimal. Daniel, oh, I forgot his name, something Daniels. He was the guy that did the makeup. Happy Hump Day, Baron, Church Nellie, Patricia, Lydia, Edith, Anita, Essie, Rosa, Jacqueline, Geraldine, Arnold, Cookies and Creams, Anastasia, and all squaddies. Thank you so much. You helped me out a whole lot. Oh boy. So let me see. I'm going to read some more comments here. But please tell me, what did you guys think of the gown? If you didn't like it at first and it has grown on you since, go ahead and say so. Let's be honest. No shade. But if you didn't like her gown at first and it has grown on you, then just go ahead and say so. We're not going to judge you. Anybody want to fess up to that one? Camilla Tominey tried to blame Prince Harry twice for Barbados leaving the Commonwealth. Yeah, is that because Prince Harry was not there to go and like kiss up to them and try to beg them to stay or whatever? I mean, you know, Harry did his duty, right? And they used Harry quite often to try to help save the Commonwealth. And the fact that Harry and Meghan were no longer able to serve as the president of the Commonwealth, that wasn't their fault. That was because they were mistreated. They had some type of conspiracy going on against them, and they were unable to stay. So, um, don't blame them, blame them. Blame those people. Allegedly, those people were the ones that made life difficult for the Sussexes. So, you know, let's see. Anna has a comment about the wedding dress. Let's see. I love her dress and I want my daughter to wear a wedding dress like Meghan's. Oh, that's very sweet. I like to hear that. Um, yes, he did. He risked his life, 2 tours of duty, and I think he went to some places that the other royals weren't so. How do I put it? Some of the other royals were. What is the word that I'm looking for? You know what I'm stalling for, don't you? I'm stalling because I wanted to say that some of the other royals weren't so keen to do it. Maybe they weren't so keen to do it, but don't worry because um, you know, Kate is born again, and I tell you, she's like a tiger pacing back and forth, a caged tiger ready to pounce on 2022 to execute her royal duties. So we won't have to worry about her. We won't be able to say that she's just a jointed doll any longer. Okay, let me see if I can look at a couple of more comments. When I see laugh emojis, I want in on it. Shouldn't the rota blame hair strands and blame? They now have the spotlight they should use other than copying the Sussexes. Yes, of course. Yes, the royal rodents, they're trying to, but don't they make everything about Meghan and Harry? Don't they make everything about Meghan and Harry? I mean, is it Meghan and Harry's fault that on the day of Earthworm, look at when William wore his green jacket on the day of Earth, what is it, Earwig? On the day of Earwig, look at the big crowd behind the car there. You see that barrier? Oh, I tell you, I don't know how they managed to hold that nuclear family back. How did they manage to hold them back and keep them from trying to slip into the event? Even with the pram they're pushing back there, how did they manage to keep them out? I'll never know. The biggest thing that came out of that night is the fact that Kate grabbed Emma Thompson, or somebody touched Judy Dench or something like that. They openly showed affection to humanity. So that was the yes, Patricia Nixon is Earthshot. Earthshot. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Earthshot. I knew it was something like that. I thought it was earwig, but or something shady. It was either earwig, cornrows, or something. Um, but whatever it was, it had to be something just a little shady for my taste. So yeah, that's what's been trending. Let me see what else has been trending on. I guess that's what really jumped out at me was, and of course, as we know, Lewis Hamilton received his knighthood. I was just like, but I guess it was more important to his mother. You know what I mean? His mother had an opportunity to go to Windsor Castle, and um, everybody can stand around and debate what's going on with Charles's hands. That was an opportunity to do that. But look at there, look at that. There's Lewis Hamilton with his father, which I think this is a very sweet photo. His father, they said, mortgaged the house to make sure that his son was able to live his dream. I think that story is accurate. Um, and there he is supporting him as a child, and there he is supporting him when that race was taken away from him, allegedly. So I think that's a very sweet photo, and I really like that. So, Susie Q, you say if the dress was fussy, they would critique it just the same. Absolutely. And, if you do a side by side of Kate's dress and that of Grace Kelly of Monaco, you will notice that Kate was even copying back then. Copy Kate was copying from the start. Copy Kate wore a nearly identical dress to that of Grace Kelly. So, even back then, Copy Kate was copying. And as they say, a grin never changes its spots. Or something like that. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But but I'm just trying to say copycat was even copying back then. So nothing has changed. So Grace Kelly's dress was copycat's dress. Copycat. I mean, Kate Middleton's dress. Yeah, that's where the inspiration came from. Now, the dress that Meghan wore was very traditional. There's been other royal brides that have worn a dress like that. Full disclosure, other royal brides have rocked that dress. Um, but I would dare say that nobody's dress was as well tailored as the one that Meghan had on that day. I mean, they went all out with that one. So as you know, it was very similar to the dress that was worn by um, Princess Angela of Liechtenstein. Remember that? It's very similar to Princess Angela's dress. Um, and with the boat neck collar and just a very, very traditional cut. So I think that's what our Duchess brought to the look was something that was traditional and probably very affordable to all. Let's see, grinning hyena. I saw that. Unhinged and cringe. Yes, right. Look at that big crowd they didn't have. The royal rodents need to go eat grass in the pasture. Yeah, well, they spend too much time scurrying down into their homes in the sewer to do that. The royal rodents, that's where the rodents live, is in the sewer. Initially, right out of the car, I didn't like it. That faded before she. Oh, you're talking about Kate's. Is that Kate's dress? Because let me see. Oh, I see. You're saying Meghan's dress when she first got out the car, and then you felt differently when she hit the steps. I can understand that. Thank you for your honesty. I mean, some people were just like a little disappointed, but oh, Meghan said she wanted a minimal look. Well, if people do some research on that, you'll notice that Meghan has said that she likes a nice, clean line, and she said that if she ever got married again, that for her inspiration, she was going to try to create something more like Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, who wore a very simple gown. So I think that she probably would have worn something more like Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, except for one thing, because she was a royal bride when she got married, she couldn't go into the chapel with bare arms. That's the rule, is that your arms should not be bare. So all royal brides will have their arms covered. So look at me, with all my knowledge of the situation. All Sussex all the time. That's me. But I tell you what, I'll see if I can find that photo of Carolyn. Was that Kennedy? Um, and and the one that Meghan wore. Okay, number one, that's not how you spell Carolyn. But yeah, so that was the inspiration. That and the fact that as oh, okay, you guys give me just a second. I think I found the perfect photo here. I haven't figured out how to do the what do you call it? The screen on screen type of thing yet, but um I have found it and I will share it with you momentarily. Um mm-mm. Okay, okay. I think, yeah, yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect. Coming up, you guys. And you can see for yourself Megan's inspiration. And get rid of that. Let me do a couple of more comments in the meantime. I'm going to take a look here. Okay. That has yes, yes. Yes, I agree. Most beautiful bride ever, if I can say with my own bias. Her dress was the last that honored Barbados. Yes, that's very true. That's very true. Royal family, but it was interesting and maddening to see the royal rodent try twice to blame Harry. Yeah, that and of course the whole thing with Prince Charles. They tried to blame the cash for honors just to make sure that people looked at the story. They had to bring Prince Harry into that. I mean, the way they have treated him. Yeah, they are living their best life in Montecito, but the way they have treated Harry, inserting his name in situations that have absolutely nothing to do with him. The whole cash for honor stuff, the person that they really need to skewer, they need to throw attention at Michael Fawcett with that bizarre relationship that he have with Prince Charles since age 19. That's the one that they need to throw their attentions to, not to what's his name? Listen to me. What's his name? Not to Prince Harry, and certainly not to the Duchess of Sussex, but since they haven't been able to really go after her for much lately, they decided to target Prince Harry. Okay, so that one's coming up, and here comes Carolyn. So this one, if you can see there is a little knockoff of Grace Kelly's gown. I mean, almost exactly identical, except she went for the V-neck collar. And then there is Carolyn Bessette Kennedy's gown. Oh, let me get this comment out the way so you guys can see it better. So you can see there, very simple, clean lines. And I dare say that I doubt if Meghan would have worn something as open as that at the top, but she I don't know, maybe, but then again, that is her style. What she wore was exactly her style. So I doubt if she would have worn anything as open as that, especially marrying into the royal family. So whether or not there was some rule about having your arms covered, she probably would have anyway, because she's a very modest person. So you guys can see that. Yes, Oro, it is a very similar dress. And that's what they were always able to do, so they can't get it through their hard heads that he is no longer their whipping boy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sherry, you say, no problem. And Espinosa will get another chance. Oh, did we have trolls today? I've never noticed any trolls in the live chat for a long time, and they expected that he and Meghan would continue. Yes, yes, that was the idea. That was the idea, is that they would always have the Sussexes to turn on, to use. And then at a certain point, they were to be discarded. But I tell you what, the reason why they're in so much trouble right now, do you guys know how long it will be before there's the potential of another royal wedding? I mean, a big royal wedding. It will be ages. In his funeral, commented on how awful it was to see Harry as a young boy. Oh yeah, that picture always breaks my heart. To see Harry, and if you guys have never watched the funeral, if you didn't, or should I say, if you have never seen the procession, you remember the marching drum beat and then the wailing and crying and hysteria that the people of Narnia have never seen. And for Prince Harry, it was horrific. And I'm assuming for, that other guy, I'm sure he was caught up in his feelings too. But for Prince Harry, it was horrific. Harry said he could not understand why they were carrying on so, because they didn't really know her. And at the time, he was very protective of her because of the stuff that she had gone through. And he just couldn't understand why these strangers, because that was a very intimate family moment for him. And he didn't want to be there in the first place. But as the story goes, allegedly, Prince Philip was the one who said, "Oh, if you don't do this, you'll regret not being there the rest of your life." Well, in one of the documentaries, when they went through, I think it's Marble Arch, when they went through the Marble Arch, there was a little part where they thought they were away from the cameras, at least Philip did, and he turned to Harry, to give him like a nod of encouragement. And I'm sure Philip meant well, but Prince Philip had a very rough youth too. So the moderators are always taking care of the trolls, Baron, before you'll ever see the comments. Yes, I'm aware of that. Thank you for reminding me, Sabrina Dixon. Yes, they are on top of it. They are all over those trolls like a cheap suit. They're all over them like a cheap suit. That is a comment, by the way. That's like one of my favorite phrases. All over me like a cheap suit. Let's see. Meghan used the fashion. Yeah, she was doing a Today Show. She was on the Today Show talking about fashion. Hi, Patricia Starkey. Welcome. Let's see. Celebrated. I'm not going to read that one out loud. I'm not saying I disagree. I'm just don't want to read that one out loud. Similarities that they are both very simple. Yes, simple, clean lines. Okay, so let me get that picture off of there. And What else did I set aside for today? Oh, you guys already saw this photo. This is like my new favorite. This is my new fave. Harry looking cool in his shades. And in spite of all the hysteria that that the rodents had about the this event. Oh, she wore red. And when she wear red, that means she's taking care of business. Did you guys hear that one? That's what the rodent said. Oh, she means business when she's wearing red. Um, you know what I know when she's wearing red? I know that she's cosplaying her sister-in-law. I know that. I know that when she wears red, she's trying to cosplay her sister-in-law. I mean, what a coincidence. Why would you wear red that soon after that night with the Sussexes? Why would you do that? I mean, I know it's Christmas, but because she just doesn't have that much of a voice for herself, because she's still finding her voice and starting over, starting new, finding herself, um, she tries to splash a little color in there with one of her coat dresses to say what she can't. And I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen. But one of these days, the rodents are going to turn on the Cambridges again. They're going to turn on them. And there's going to be a lot of things that they are going to, I mean, it's just so much there. And that's what frustrates me is that there's so much there, but they keep going after the Sussexes. But there's plenty there if they would just, bring it up, but they're not going to do that. So, I can't dwell on that. Let's see. He looks happy. I mean, I'm sorry. He looks like he's happy and enjoying his life. Yvonne, are we talking about the royal rodent? No, I'm just kidding. I know we're talking about Harry, right? I'm just kidding. I know who you're talking about. But yeah, there's so much material there, and I believe it was Henry VIII that was. By the way, you guys, Henry VIII does have a podcast out there, so please do go to Henry VIII and watch her podcast tonight. It's really really good, and it's like all of the shade that I have been throwing, and just a lot different, and I think probably better. So make sure you go check it out. That and Twitter is what started me on that path tonight. Twitter was just like, tweeting about her and her new beginning, another new beginning. There's our Duchess with her Santa hat on. As far as I know, that USO trip, that's the only photos of her with the Santa hat. But Harry, you really can't keep him out of a Santa hat. That is like one of his favorite things. So there's several photos out there of Harry in his Santa hat. But yeah, so let me go to a couple more comments. And we're going to close it out in about 10 minutes, if you guys don't mind. Let me see. Hi, Raven. I haven't said hello to you tonight. She looks like a candy cane with that big old bow. Oh, okay, I see. I'm not the only one rolled out of bed shady this morning. Oh, be so cruel to a child. Yeah. In early 2019, rumors that Prince William, I can't say it out loud, I can't say that out loud because of, but um, yeah, and I think, wasn't it like a foreign magazine who first said what I don't want to say out loud? We don't have to feel sad for Harry anymore. That's a good point, Trina. That is a good point. And I'm going to try to remember that because, he's living his best life. So we don't have to, you know, um, carry that feeling for him anymore because he's made peace with it. He's let it go. So you're absolutely right. Thank you for saying that. And let me see. I'm so happy Harry gave Wills that ring. Yes, yes. It's got the jinx on it, doesn't it? Uh-huh. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see that. Harry, this is why you know how smart he is. Harry is super, super intelligent. He plays along with the family because of what he referred to as the hidden contract. They always underestimate this man, always. It's going to come back and bite them. It is really going to, and I believe that he's several steps ahead of them. And that's why they're so panicked because he knows everything that goes on and he's several steps ahead. Because he was quiet doesn't mean that he was clueless. They haven't figured that out yet. Love your podcast, especially because you have fun while doing it. And I mean, doing it, yeah. And there's no cursing. Not on the podcast. So the goal of supporting the Sussexes come across loud and clear. Yes, not on the podcast, but believe me, I'm an old potty mouth. No, actually, I don't think I swear that much in my private life. So just saw your message. It was walking. Yeah, yeah. Well, okay. I'm only gonna do this very briefly, but you know what photo is the one that oh, maybe I took it off my queue, so maybe I can't share it with you. But yeah, it's the one where they're at the Westminster for whatever it was. This one. And oh, poor Harry. Trina, I promise I'm going to stop carrying this for Harry. You're absolutely right. But oh, this photo destroys me every time. So let's get this off of there. And let's focus on what's real, what's important. Because he has this now and that other stuff is not important. So he's more this person instead of that person. But that photo, I'm telling you, every time, deep breaths, every time that photo destroys me. Because, I mean, come on, you guys, you have to admit, there has been days when all of us has been that person. All of us has been Harry in a situation where you're trapped. As he said, you're trapped. So, okay, I promised I got to get away from that. Um, you know, he met this amazing girl. Now he has a life that is more conducive of someone of his talents. And he is incredibly talented. I mean, I'm just so proud of Harry. I remember when he was born. I'm so, so proud of him. So, and I know you guys are too. So let me see. We're getting down to just a few minutes here. Let me look at some more comments. Sorry to get all emotional with you guys, but I swear that just, that destroys me. But then I have something like this that just kind of makes me laugh. This one, I still love that. I still love that. It's such a shame. Isn't it amazing that she has a log cabin? I mean, I just can't wrap my brain around the fact that the queen has a log cabin. All of those state rooms and great rooms, and she's just as comfortable sitting out there with some plastic flatware and just queening, you know? And that's her sacred space. And look who's in it. But oh, peaceful under the tree, protecting him and his family. Yes, she is. Um, Oh, oh, oh. I've been trying not to think about that. Um, he really has thrown his ex-wife under the bus. You know, he that was just so uncalled for. And if you guys don't know, Ben Affleck accused his ex-wife of being the reason why he couldn't stop drinking. Really, Ben? Really? Really? You know, I lost respect for him after the last two Batman movies he was in because that was some of the worst acting I've ever seen. But and I know that he's highly acclaimed, but really, Annie, yes, she loves her Tupperware. Do you remember that reporter took a picture of her Tupperware, and that was before the smartphones. The Queen, they gave the if you remember when that reporter spoke about the Tupperware, he said that when the Queen would get her lunch, she would lift up the lid and say, "The dogs eat better, or they feed the dogs better." Um, maybe Harry was always the smarter brother. Yes, I not even maybe. I'm certain of it. I'm certain of it. Um, and he had to the whole thing of try to be 50% less. Don't think they didn't have that conversation with Harry. Although maybe they haven't had that conversation with Harry because they wanted him to keep doing more of the work. But yeah, for sure. But now the Cambridges have to work, and it's killing them. And that Tatler article that Kate is so tired, she is tired because she's not used to working. Remember the Queen? I still have the headlines. I'm not going to dig them out because it's so slow to bring up photos on here. But I didn't know I was going to talk about it. But I saved the receipts. I still have the headlines, two different covers where the magazine said that the Queen was concerned that Kate did not have a job before marrying into the family. The Queen spotted lazy a mile away. And if you remember, Kate wasn't really welcome to see the Queen. Now, this is someone who's the future Queen consort or King consort. Someone straightened me out about that. Stop calling her Queen consort, but she'll be a King consort. Um, she's a future consort, and the Queen knows how much work there is to be done. And I don't think anybody could ever have accused the Queen of being lazy. Privileged, yes, but lazy, no. And so she spotted the shortcomings of Duchess Doolittle a mile away. And she wasn't pleased by what she was seeing. She was very, very concerned about it. And was she right? I'm telling you, you like the Queen or don't like the Queen, you have to respect the fact that the Queen sometimes gets it right. Sometimes she knows when it's better to stay home. Like when they all went up to Scotland, you know, Air Miles Willie, and of course, Carbon Footprint Charlie. The Queen knew to stay home, but they went up there anyway. Let's see. Can't read that out loud, but yes, yes, and yes. We're looking for articles. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to tell you guys something. Before I started this channel, before I started this channel, I didn't necessarily keep the kind of receipts that I do today. You know, when things come out, you go ahead and do a screen grab to make sure you have it for reference later on. But I had hundreds of photos of the Sussexes long before I started this channel. Anything that I thought was interesting, I just wanted to keep a record of it. So I didn't start being a squatty when I started this channel. And I hope people understand that. And much to the disappointment of so many people, in my circle, they couldn't understand, Baron, why is that so important to you? Or they'd get that kind of faraway look on their face when I start defending the Sussexes, which is the same way that I defended the Obamas, the same way I defended the Clintons, and the same way I defend the Bidens, and just about anybody else. There was a time when I was younger, if people made this mistake or that mistake, I would, cancel them in my own way. But now I'm older and I understand we all make mistakes. But if the person's core values align with yours, when Hillary Clinton, her downfall was really when she tried to get universal health care. That's what really destroyed her. Everything else was just a slow burn, a slow fall plummet into where she is now. But when she couldn't get the health care pass for everyone, states actually they passed a law where states covered children. That was Hillary Clinton. That was Hillary Clinton. And yes, she has her faults, but because of the Democratic Party that she helped to build, I have been intensely loyal to her. And so when I'm roll with someone, I roll deep, and I don't let, the occasional faux pas determine my dedication. It's ride or die, ride or die. And if any of the people that I mentioned, whether it's any of them, try to take a second look. If that person has been able to be helpful to you, support that person. And I have been intensely supportive of the Sussexes because I hate a bully. I've said it many times. I hate a bully. And I hate the fact that this African American girl, this woman of color, biracial girl, has been bullied by this oppressive establishment that tried to dim her light, if not worse. So that is where I'm coming from. So anyway, we gotta close this out because I see it's been over an hour. Let me go through a few comments and questions. Yes, Sylvia, I do too. I do too. And I have been criticized for that. And what about this and what about that? But there was so many nuances to these criticisms. And I don't have time to go into it right now. But let's see. Ben Affleck was on top. J-Lo was his. I'm not going to say those words. I don't want the AI to get me. Yes, weak. Weak. That's the other one that I say in a very loud manner. Like, I'm just sick of it. Do you hear me? Sick. The other one is weak. You have to kind of say it like Jennifer Lewis. You know how Jennifer Lewis says everything like she's yelling down from the mountaintop? Jennifer Lewis, I love her. She is a one-woman sermon. Like that affirmation video. You know what? I haven't seen it, but someone told me. She says, "I wake up, I brush my teeth." That is Jennifer Lewis. You have to do it from the mountaintop. If you're not shouting down from the mountaintop, that's not a good. Oh, what is this here? You met her at college, really? Oh, I love HRC. I love HRC. I can even tell you the hospital where she was born. I love HRC. Let me see. Gonna do a few more comments before I go. Tried to bully her because she was too intelligent and increased Harry's confidence. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. I mean, when you look at Harry, he's just, I mean, come on, come on. Now this was that last night, and this is Harry today. See how he's got his head up high, his chest is out. See that? You know, just swag, just swag. Fun, loving, happy again. I know some of these are before they left, but this, of course, this is the Harry that he was meant to be. This is what his mother wanted for him. Let me see. Meghan was let me see. The royals believed Meghan was a weak and thought they could control her, but they forgot she has an American fighting spirit. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see. I think the right had issues with the Clintons, especially Hillary from the Arkansas days. Yeah, I mean, I remember before the election, I remember that she when she was in Arkansas, as the story goes, she was a bit outspoken for a woman living in the South, right? And you know, you guys, I don't want to get emotional because I'm just like on that edge right now. But this photo right here, Hillary Clinton had a moment like that. And it happened in Arkansas. When Hillary Clinton was in Arkansas, when she had gotten to be so outspoken and people kept, trying to destroy Bill Clinton because they didn't like that double act. They didn't like the partnership that they had. She had to get rid of the glasses, wear contacts, dye her hair, and bake pies and cut ribbons. A woman as intelligent as Hillary Rodham Clinton had to be a desperate housewife. And then the same thing happened in the White House. If Bill Clinton was going to win a second term, remember they put Hillary Clinton in pink? Remember the pretty in pink moment she had? The pink headband, the hair in a little bob and everything. Oh, that that's bothers me like you wouldn't believe the way that she has had to 50% herself. Am I too preachy tonight? But that really, really was hurtful that she had to 50% herself. I don't know what it is about people who are trying to help the common cause, the common person, that suddenly they become a threat and they have to 50% themselves. Why does that happen again and again? Anybody who tries to speak up and speak out has to 50% themselves if they're trying to help people have a better quality of life. Good night, Sussex Squad. We'll see what the Sussexes bring us tomorrow. Good night, Walking Dead Junkie. And you know what? I got to get off of here too. Oh, thank you, Lydia. I'm kind of in a preachy mood tonight. Not too preachy. I'm sorry if I am, but Harry finally happy. Yes, yes. And Trina, I promise you, I'm going to work on that because I do think I look back just a little too much. But it's been kind of sad to watch. Painful to watch the way. Let me see. I remember the pink dress that make her look like a Stepford wife. Yeah, they turned Hillary Clinton into a Stepford wife. If she hadn't dialed it back, then Bill Clinton would have been destroyed. And I can think of 2 times in the history of their marriage, once in Arkansas and the other was in the White House, where they were like, you know what, your wife is just too much. And I remember when they first went to the White House, the Republicans kind of got used to her. They embraced her. They laughed. They loved the fact that she was so swift and they couldn't seem to get a handle on her. But all she had to do was try to create universal health care. And just think about it like this. And I'm going to hurry up and get off of this thing because I've gone way over. But the last president we had brought his whole family in on the business of being president. Bill Clinton was actually Hillary was trying to work in a unpaid position as the healthcare czar to bring universal healthcare. And after that, that was the end. That really that was the eve of destruction for her. So you guys, let me see what we have here. Yvonne Clark, thank you so much. Thank you. I just saw that. Thank you, Yvonne Clark. Thank you. I hope I haven't been too preachy tonight, you guys. A lot of fun for the royal update. Yes, yes. Any last thoughts, everybody? Okay, so Sunday we'll go live again. We'll probably do our 2 hours. And I'm not sure what's going to happen for Christmas, but I'm thinking about some things. It depends on some family obligations, but thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. This has been a thrill. And, you guys, what could I say? You complete me. You had me at live chat. Oh, we got you, Sherry. We got you. Thank you so much. Eyes forward, always, Baron, so you can see where you're going. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I will. I will. All right. Thank you, guys. So we had about 550 people. That's a good number. I love it. Happy rest of your hump day. All right. Good night, you guys. Love you all.